I finished reading The Men Can't Be Saved and I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. And these are just some of my thoughts towards the book. Overall, I really liked the book. I liked how it was written. I liked the pace of the book. I love a book that is not predictable, where you cannot tell where the book is going to go at any point in time. So that was something that I really liked. The characters that were really relevant and made the biggest impact on the character, on the main character, you would never be able to tell from the beginning of the book, and also just like the entire trajectory of the book. So the book is pretty much about this guy. His name is Seth. He is 27 years old. He is Jewish and he lives in New York City and he works an office job. One thing that I didn't like is that the job seemed a little bit like unrelatable. He works as like a copywriter editor, and he makes ads pretty much for companies. So I guess sort of like being like a UGC creator in the sense of like making ads for different brands. And he goes through like a lot in the book. Something that I love and the author did so well. I hate when a book tells you this character is this, or like the character is selfish, or the character is self-absorbed. I hate when a book tells you explicitly. I love when they put little anecdotes in the story that allow you to come to the same conclusion. And that was something that was really well done within this book. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there is somebody in the book that had a condition. And on four separate occasions, they literally tell this guy, like, I have this medical condition. And every single time, Seth is acting like this is the first time he's ever heard of it. So he's just so aloof, so self absorbed, and it's told like in his character and how he relates to other people. He makes almost everything about himself. He is not a narcissist, though. He is just self preoccupied, I would like to say, and like selfish. And it just is so well like exemplified within the story. Again, I think the author just did such an amazing job of writing a character that's just so self-absorbed without it being without actually coming out to say, oh, this guy's self-absorbed. So crazy. I just thought it was so well written. Overall, I would get, again, I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. And the things that I really didn't like about the book were it was unrealistic for the time period. Like in 2022, if you're talking about AI, you're talking about like Instagram bot forms, those are all things that are relevant to like this generation and like what's happening right now. There's no way during 2022, 2025 that people are going to wake up and go to Israel on vacation. Like that's absolutely crazy. Like no one's doing that. So that was unrealistic. It's not possible in this day and age that you live in New York City and you're breaking into somebody's apartment or breaking into your own apartment. Like just so many things about that were just unrealistic. He also borrows somebody's car for like a week. Who is doing that? Like who would let somebody borrow their car for an entire week and not try and get it? Like just a lot of things are unrealistic about the book. I mentioned him being Jewish because it is a central theme to the book. He actually ends up meeting an important figure to him and connecting with that person because of their shared faith. And he also does go to Israel again because he is Jewish. Him being Jewish is central to the book and to the character itself. The relationships that he has, this guy has just convinced himself of certain things, like he's in love or sort of in love with his coworker who clearly doesn't love him back. He's tried to ask her to break up with her boyfriend. It didn't work out. And then also his other coworker, when he starts working at the bakery shop, he is convinced that he's in love with her as well. And I think this is one of those people who just latches on to something or anything just so they can feel something and not have to deal with what's going on in their current life or present life. And then just the symbolism of it all. This is going to be a spoiler, so I will just put that as a disclaimer. In the book, he experiments a lot with drugs, and he like is taking drugs pretty much every single day. Like he's tripping out on drugs, and the person that introduced him to drugs, he ends up going to go find them, because they were trying to like recover from their addiction, and he has some of the pills like left over, so he like tries to give them to her, and it's like, hey, like I have all your pills left, and she literally says that they were fake the entire time. Everything was just a figment of his own imagination. And again, that was just so crazy to me because it's like this guy has just convinced himself of so many things in his life. So he's convinced himself that like his life is over because he lost his job. He's convinced himself that of like certain things in his relationship. He's just convinced himself of so many different things. He's convinced himself of the character of like certain people within the book. And when it's revealed that the drugs that he's been taking for months were all duds, like they were all fake. And this guy's been saying like he tripped out on this one, all of these things. And it's like, again, just so, yeah. I really liked the book. I really liked how it was written. I liked the word choice. I liked how the author set up the characters. I liked the pace of the book. It did seem slow at first. And again, a lot of the characters that were relevant to the end of the book, there is no way I would have ever predicted that from reading like the first 10 chapters. So that's something that I really liked. I hate when a book is extremely predictable. It doesn't have a good ending. It doesn't really have an ending. Like you're just meant to fill in the blanks of what you think ends up happening to him, whether or not he resolves his situation. Yeah, I could read it again. I would recommend it to somebody. That's my final review.